We all know that feeling, the overwhelming sense of chaos that comes with a cluttered home. It can impact our mood, our productivity, and even our relationships. But the good news is, decluttering doesn't have to be a daunting task. With the right approach, it can be a liberating and even enjoyable experience. Let's talk the best decluttering tips. I'm talking simple strategies for a less stressful life. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and we're here to talk about the best ways to declutter your home so that you can live a stress-free, as much as possible, life. So let's get started with the best decluttering tips. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is start, so start small. I'm talking one item or one drawer, one shelf. Start small and try and conquer that area before you move on. You want to feel that sense of accomplishment, that completion, that achievement that comes from finishing in a space. So work in a really small space to be able to get that motivation to keep going. And if you want some inspiration on little areas to focus in on, I share little acts of decluttering that you can do every single day, and I've created a PDF calendar that you can download from my website declutteryourlife.co.uk, and it tells you a small area that you can focus in on each day. And if you want those reminders, I also share daily reminders with videos that can help motivate you on my social media channels on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and on YouTube Shorts. So make sure you hit subscribe if you want some more reminders of areas to focus in on. Tip number 2 is the 20-minute rule. You need to set a timer and dedicate 20 minutes on a regular basis to decluttering. You'll be surprised at how much you can achieve within that time. This could give you that chance to work in a focused area, but 20 minutes should be more than enough to find a few items that you can let go of. It's about building those regular decluttering habits, and 20 minutes is not too overwhelming. It gives you a sense of feeling like there's not a pressure to do the whole thing at once. Sometimes when we think about decluttering, we think, I've got the whole house to clear. And that's not achievable in daily life unless you're able to hire somebody to help you, or you can get some time off to do that. But the reality is we're busy, we have lots to do, and actually we just need to dedicate a very small amount of time regularly, so 20 minutes to decluttering. Tip number 3 is the keep, donate, discard method. This is a method coined by Marie Kondo, and you want to ask yourself several questions when you're thinking about your items. Does it spark joy? Have I used it in the past year? And would I buy this again today? If the answer is no to all 3, then it's time to let it go. And those questions will help put things into perspective. It helps you judge what is acceptable, what is okay for you, and it will just give you that reasoning as to why it's okay to let it go. Tip number 4 is the one in, one out policy. This is a really good way of maintaining the amount of stuff that you have so that you know that you're not adding to the situation on a daily basis. So if you buy a new jumper, the rule is you have to let go of one. If you're buying some new clothes for your children, then obviously you need to let go of the ones that no longer fit. It's about maintaining the status quo, and it encourages mindful consumption and makes you think about what you're bringing into your home, because you know that if you bring something in, you have to remove something. Tip number 5, don't be afraid to let go. It can be really difficult to part with sentimental items. We have a particular value in our hearts as to why it's important for us, but sometimes it is necessary to let those items go. If they're not serving that purpose that you think it should be, then maybe it's time to rethink. And one way around this is by taking photos of the items so that you have some form of memory to be able to see what it looks like, but without the need for holding on to the physical item. This is particularly a great method for bulkier items or bigger items that maybe you just don't want to be storing. This will free up some valuable space, but you still get that picture that you can put in a memory box and keep forever. Tip number 6 is to create a decluttering schedule. Like I said with the 20-minute rule, it's about those decluttering habits, and you need to have that in place. You need to know that you are regularly going to be decluttering either daily or several times a week, so that you're starting to build up that resilience when decluttering. You want to feel confident in your decisions, and the more you declutter, the more you think about your stuff, the easier it becomes to let go and to free up that space. But to do that, you need to know that you are regularly decluttering. That is the key. And once you've got a bit more of a hold on the clutter, having it still as a monthly activity to do just keeps things in check, just keeps you ticking things over and being mindful about the things that you have. Tip number 7 is to declutter your digital life just as much as your physical. You'll be surprised how much digital clutter can impact on your daily life. The amount of emails that you get, the amount of things that you're trying to keep track of, whether or not that be emails or school information. When you have so much stuff coming at you, it's hard to see what's really important, and things can easily get missed. The amount of times that I've missed important school emails because they send too many emails means that I'm not on top of things. So having a really streamlined email that only has the important things coming through is going to really help you. So unsubscribe from any email newsletters that you no longer want to receive, and make sure that you are regularly checking through that. Check through your junk, delete things, and keep on top of it. Also reflect on the apps that you're using. If there's any apps that you haven't used recently, those are good ones to go through and let go of. It will just make your space a little bit clutter free. Tip number 8 is to find a declutter buddy. Tip number 8 is to find a declutter buddy. This is one of my favourite things. I really think it helps to have somebody decluttering alongside of you, either virtually through the phone so that you can talk to each other and keep each other accountable, or physically with you so that you can get a different perspective on some of the things or move through things quicker. I think that's what I found most eye-opening when I've been helping people declutter in their homes. When you work together, it's surprising how quickly you can move through things. I can be able to get all of the rubbish out of the way without needing any approval. It's really obvious what is there, so that takes one job out of your hands. And having somebody to question you and make you rethink your value of that item can be really powerful. So don't underestimate the power of a declutter buddy. And tip number 9, always celebrate your successes. There will be many times where you have completed areas. Each time you do that, celebrate. Give yourself that pat on the back. Make sure that you are recognising your achievements. And maybe put in place some rewards, some milestones that you're working towards. Maybe once you've completed all of one room, that you are rewarded with some kind of celebration, something that you've been wanting maybe. It will just be a nice motivator to complete that space. Remember, decluttering is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event. But by incorporating these tips into your daily routine, you can create a more peaceful and a less stressful life. Remember, it's not necessarily about owning less, it's about owning the right things. I hope you find these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and press like and subscribe below, and I shall be back for more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. So let me know in the comments how you're getting along. Take care, bye.